This is a 3-ingredient super hair growth oil that is so easy to make with things you probably have in your kitchen. Yes, this is coffee oil. Now I make it a little bit different from what I usually see, but it is super effective and you will love this oil so much. Let's get straight into how to make it. You want to switch on your stove on very low heat because we are going to be using oil and oil can burn and you don't want the oil to burn, you don't want the coffee to burn. So you're going to start by using 2 tablespoons of ground coffee. If you're just trying this for the first time, you could use 1 tablespoon just to test it out. And now I'm using 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now, olive oil is one of those oils that's very known and is extremely beneficial for natural hair. But for me, I don't tend to like to heat up my oils to the point of boiling because I know that a few of the ingredients get denatured. However, to release the most important benefits of coffee, you do need to have it properly cooked. So there will be a way that I'll counteract this after I mix this, but at this stage it's only 2 ingredients. You just want to keep it on the stove on very low heat for about 20 minutes. So this oil is actually very popularly made with coconut oil and people love using coconut oil because it works so amazing for their hair. However, coconut oil doesn't work well for me, so I don't use coconut oil. Whatever your favorite carrier oil is, use that instead. So after that time, I add in castor oil. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I did switch off the stove. So now it's off and I'm adding 2 full tablespoons of castor oil. And the reason I'm adding castor oil is because of the way I use it. I actually prefer this oil to be a little bit on the thicker side. I tend to like lighter oils and all my DIYs are very light, but I like this one to be slightly thicker and you see it on the stage of how to use it, why I make it thicker. So here I like to add it while it's still warm so that it can just liquefy and melt and mix together with all the other ingredients. As you can see, it's very liquidy because it's warm, but the stove is off. So now I just covered it with a lid and I let it sit for about 5 hours just to continue infusing and cool down. So now it's time to decant this into our little bottle. So this is my sieve and I think it's kind of meant for like coffee or something like that. So it is extremely fine. It's almost like a cheesecloth, and that's why you see that it's taking a pretty long time for the oil to pass through, which is actually what I want because I don't want bits of coffee to get stuck in my hair. So I was just like moving my spoon around in there and making sure that all the oil drips out. And this is to make sure that I get all the benefits without leaving any oil inside my sieve with any oil. But now you can see the leftover, that's like I can't get any more oil out of it. It's still a really nice mixture and this can be used as a body scrub. So I like to save that and keep it in the fridge. If you don't keep it in the fridge, it's gonna get moldy. It's happened to me before, so make sure you keep that in the fridge. So now that the oil is done, you can see I just made a little bit and that is it made. The reason why I make a little bit is because I use very little at a time. So I don't use too much. It actually turns out very affordable and I can make it often because it's so easy to make. So here is how I use it. My hair is in twists as usual. And can you see that little bit of oil I've put on the lid? That's all I need for my entire head. So I just put it on my fingertips, as you can see, on both sides, and then I start to just go in. And right now I'm not doing a scalp massage. I'm just applying the oil everywhere around my head, and then we're going to move on to the scalp massage. So before we move on to the scalp massage, let me just give you some benefits of the coffee. So what's so amazing about the coffee is not actually the coffee itself, it's the caffeine in the coffee, which is highly researched and is a great hair growth promoter, and lots of products that are targeted for hair loss or balding contain caffeine. Even if it doesn't say it on the package, you can just look that up. So right now you can see that I'm putting the oil everywhere on my hair, from my hairline to in between my twists, and then I'm going to just put it on all my pressure points and do an Ayurvedic scalp massage, which I have detailed in another video, so I'll link it in the pinned comment so you can check that out if you want to know what I'm doing. So caffeine promotes softer and shinier hair. It contains flavonoids or flavonoids, which are antioxidants which promote hair regeneration, which is what we all want. Secondly, it restores hair growth, and in a 2007 study, it found that caffeine actually helped block the effects of DHT in hair follicles, and DHT is a hormone that can stop hair growth or actually encourage balding, and so anything that can kind of block DHT is something that you actually want. And surprisingly, coffee is one of the things that actually gets way more benefits when it comes to hair growth, if you put it on your hair compared to drinking it, you would literally have to drink 40 to 50 cups of coffee to get the same kind of effects that you would get if you put it on your scalp. Also, it promotes shaft elongation and produces longer and wider roots, which was also discovered in the same 2007 study. And it promotes the anagen stage of hair growth, which is the hair growth phase. And if this stage is prolonged, that just means that you're going to get longer hair because you're not going to go through the shedding phase before time. Caffeine is a stimulant, which means it increases blood circulation to the follicles for faster, stronger, and thicker hair. So the best way to actually get stimulation effects and the blood circulation is to combine it with a scalp massage like you can see me doing right now. And trust me, you will get the best results ever, because you can get amazing results from a scalp massage with any oil, like completely any oil. So using it with caffeine oil is just like super potent. Also, caffeine can naturally darken hair, so it can make your hair look nice and rich and darker. But if you have very light hair, like blonde hair, make sure you use very little of this, especially only if you have dark roots. And if you don't have dark roots, I would suggest you don't use this, because it can stain your hair and it's going to make your hair just not look as good. Once that is all incorporated in your hair, you don't need to wash it out. You can just go to sleep. However, if you use this the way I use my moringa oil and you want to use way more of this oil in your hair, or even use it as a hot oil treatment, you definitely can. You don't have to put it all over your hair, but you could put a lot of it on your scalp. But what you have to do is make sure that you thoroughly wash your hair with shampoo until it lathers completely, to make sure that all this oil is out of your hair, because aside from having too much oil in your hair, it's also going to stain your pillowcases. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you'd like to see next, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!